Good morning, everybody. Let me start by saying this 2025 isn't just another year, it's your year. This is the year to turn off the distractions, stop worrying about who's doing what, and finally start putting yourself first. We've all been guilty of giving too much of our time and energy to things that don't serve us. But this year, we're changing that. So let's talk about how you can focus on yourself in 2025 and make it the best year of your life. Stop wasting time on what isn't yours. How much of your time are you giving away to things that don't serve you? Gossip, distractions, endless scrolling, and saying yes to things you don't want to do. Time is the one thing you can't get back, yet we often give it away like it's nothing. Time is more valuable than money. You can earn more money, but you can't create more time. Every second that passes is gone forever, so why let other people's priorities and drama steal your most valuable resource? I think about it, when was the last time you said yes to something you didn't want to do just because you felt guilty or didn't want to let someone down? Then later you're thinking, why did I agree to this? You've got to stop doing that. Reclaiming your time starts with setting boundaries. Protect your time like it's priceless. I'm not saying be selfish, but there's a big difference between being selfish and being smart. Reclaiming your time is about being smart. It means looking at your day and asking what really matters. What's going to help me reach my goals? What's going to make me feel fulfilled? And cutting out everything else. Let me share a quick story. I knew a man who worked tirelessly for everyone else, but not for himself. Every time someone called, he dropped everything to help. Whenever someone needed something, he was the first to volunteer. But when it came to his own dreams and goals, he never had the time or energy left. Years passed, and one day he realized his life wasn't anything like the one he'd imagined. Why? Because he spent all his time working on other people's dreams instead of his own. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't help others, but don't do it at the cost of your own needs. When you take back your time, you take back your life. You're saying, I won't let other people's plans, problems, or distractions control my day. It's about taking charge of your time and making sure the things that matter most to you are the priority. Let's be real, some of you are wasting your time on things that don't even belong in your day. You're stressing over what someone said about you, replaying old arguments, or trying to fix problems that aren't even yours. That's borrowed stress, and it's not yours to carry. Reclaiming your time means realizing that not everything needs your focus. Some issues aren't yours to solve, some drama isn't yours to get involved in, and some people aren't yours to save. You've got to ask yourself, is this worth my time? If it's not bringing something positive into your life, it's taking away from it. This year, treat your time like you would money. Each hour is valuable, and once it's gone, it's gone. Would you waste your money on things you don't need? So why waste your time on things that don't serve you? Your success, your rules. Let me tell you something about success. It's not the same for everyone. Too many people are out here chasing someone else's version of success and then wonder why they feel unfulfilled when they reach it. That's because real success isn't about what looks good to others. It's about what feels right to you. The problem is, we've been taught to measure success by what we can show off: the big house, the luxury car, the high-paying job. Now, don't get me wrong, those things are great, but they mean nothing if you're unhappy trying to get them. Success isn't just about what you own, it's about how you feel when you lay your head down at night. So let me ask you, not your parents, not your friends, not society, you. Maybe for you, success isn't about climbing the corporate ladder. Maybe it's about waking up in the morning with a sense of purpose, feeling at peace in your own life. Maybe it's about cherishing moments with your family, exploring new places, or simply finding joy in the small things. If you're dragging yourself out of bed every day, dreading what's ahead, no amount of money or status will ever fill that void. That's not success, that's just getting by. And you weren't put on this earth just to survive. We've been conditioned to measure success by what we can show off: the mansion, the luxury car, the title on our office door. But let me tell you, none of that matters if you're losing yourself in the process. Success isn't defined by what you own. It's about how you feel when you lay your head down at night, knowing you've lived true to yourself. So let me ask you, what does success truly mean to you? Not your parents, not your friends, not society, you. Because real success is personal. It's finding what lights you up inside and chasing that unapologetically. Whether it's making memories with loved ones, exploring new horizons, or simply enjoying the peace of your own company, that's where true fulfillment lies. Listen, if you're waking up every day dreading the life you're living, no amount of money or accolades can fix that. That's not success, that's just surviving. You weren't put on this earth to merely get by. It's time to start defining success on your own terms. Stop letting social media influencers or even your friends dictate what a successful life should look like. Just because they're happy with their path doesn't mean it's the right one for you. Here's the thing, when you define success for yourself, you stop feeling the need to compete with others. You stop measuring your value based on someone else's journey. Their achievements don't diminish yours because you're not running the same race. Take this example. I know a woman who left a prestigious job because it was draining her spirit. Everyone thought she was crazy, but you know what? She followed her heart and started a small business, something she truly loved. She may not make as much money as she did before, but she's happier than ever. Why? Because she defined success for herself and created a life that aligns with her values and dreams. That's what I'm saying, folks. It's not about impressing anyone else, it's about living with purpose. If you don't take care of yourself, who will? Here's a simple question for you. What's the point of chasing all these goals, putting in endless hours, and building success if your health can't keep up? You're trying to live, right? I don't care how big your paycheck is or how impressive your job title is. If your health is suffering, none of that matters. We live in a world where burnout is seen as a badge of honor. Oh, I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, or I skipped dinner because I was too busy working. That's not hustle, that's neglect. And neglecting your health will catch up with you sooner or later. Your health isn't just about how you look. It's about how you feel when you wake up in the morning. It's about having the energy to play, to chase your dreams, to live fully. It's about being strong enough to carry all the blessings you're working so hard to get. But too many of us treat our bodies like they're optional, eating junk, skipping workouts, pushing through fatigue like it's normal, and then act shocked when our bodies finally break down. Let me tell you something, you only get one body, and it's the only place you have to live. You've got to treat it with respect. And I'm not just talking about physical health, your mental health matters just as much. Some of you are carrying so much stress, it's like a second job. You're overthinking, worrying about things you can't control, and ignoring the signals that your mind is overwhelmed. Now let's talk about your circle. Who you let into your life matters more than you think. The people around you either push you toward your goals or pull you so far off track that you don't even recognize yourself. And here's the truth. If the people around you aren't lifting you up, they're dragging you down. We all have two kinds of people in our life, supporters and drainers. You know the supporters when you see them. They're the ones who cheer for you when you succeed, encourage you when you're struggling, and remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Those are your people. Hold them close. Then there are the drainers. You know exactly who they are. They're the ones who always have something negative to say, who can turn your good news into something to complain about, who never celebrate your wins because deep down they don't want you to succeed. These people suck the energy out of any room they enter. And if you're not careful, they'll drain you too. Now, I'm not saying you've got to cut everybody off and live on an island by yourself. But what I am saying is you've got to protect your space. Your energy is precious and you can't afford to let just anybody into it. Think about it. How do you feel after spending time with certain people? Do you feel inspired, motivated, and uplifted? Or do you feel drained, frustrated, and doubting yourself? That feeling tells you everything you need to know. And let's be honest, sometimes the drainers are people we love. It might be a friend you've known forever, a coworker you see every day, or even a family member. But just because you love them doesn't mean they're good for your growth. You can still love them. You just have to love them from a distance. I know it's not easy. Sometimes it feels like you're being mean or selfish. But let me tell you, protecting your peace is never selfish. You can't pour into your own life when someone's constantly poking holes in your bucket. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. People who call you out when you're slipping, but do it out of love, not jealousy. People who celebrate your wins like they're their own. Those are the people who belong in your life. Let me tell you something, you don't need a crowd to win. Too often we think that the more people we have cheering for us, the better. But here's the truth, quality always beats quantity. You don't need 20 people rooting for you, you just need 2 or 3 who genuinely care. The right supporters will see your vision even when it's just a spark in your heart. They'll remind you of your worth when you feel like giving up. They'll push you to grow, not because they're competing with you, but because they want to see you succeed. Now flip that around for a second. Are you being a supporter or a drainer in someone else's life? It works both ways. You can't expect people to lift you up if you're only bringing negativity and doubt to the table. Be the person who pours into others, who shows up with encouragement, and who supports without strings attached. Here's the bottom line, your circle can either make or break you. Life is hard enough without carrying the weight of the wrong people. So in 2025, make it a priority to surround yourself with people who match your energy, your values, and your vision. And for those who don't, wish them well and keep moving forward. Your environment shapes everything, your thoughts, your feelings, and your life. So ask yourself, are the people around you building you up or tearing you down? If they're not lifting you, why are they still in your circle? Perfect ain't the goal. Keep moving forward. Let me break something down for you. Too many folks out here are stuck because they're waiting for everything to be perfect, perfect timing, perfect plan, perfect circumstances. They're sitting around trying to get every little thing just right before they take the first step. And you know what happens? They don't move at all. Here's the truth. Perfect ain't real. It's a myth, a trap, a roadblock that'll keep you from ever starting. Life isn't about doing everything flawlessly. It's about making progress, even if it's messy, even if it's not picture perfect. Think about a baby learning to walk. That baby doesn't wait until it knows how to walk perfectly before taking its first step. No, it bobbles, it falls, it gets back up, and it tries again. And with every step, it gets stronger, better, more confident. That's progress. If a baby can figure that out, what's stopping you? The problem is some of us are so afraid of failing that we don't even try. But let me tell you something, failure is part of the process. Every mistake, every misstep, every fall teaches you something you need to know. You don't grow by avoiding failure, you grow by learning from it and moving forward. Let me share a story with you. I once knew a woman who dreamed of starting her own business. She had amazing ideas, but she kept holding herself back, thinking she needed the perfect logo, the perfect website, or the perfect plan. She spent years waiting for everything to fall into place. One day she finally said, forget perfection. I'm just going to start. And you know what? Her business took off. Was it flawless from day one? Absolutely not. But she learned, adjusted, and grew along the way. That's the key, my friend. Real growth comes from taking action, not waiting for everything to be perfect. You have to be willing to start with what you've got, where you are. Stop comparing your first step to someone else's 100th. Don't waste energy worrying about what others will think if it's not perfect. Because here's the truth, the people who truly matter will celebrate your progress, not your perfection. Progress is about moving forward, even if it's just a little bit at a time. It's about showing up every day, doing the best you can, and trusting that every small step counts. But trust the process. When you focus on progress, perfection stops being the goal. The goal becomes growth, resilience, and the ability to keep going no matter what. Let me leave you with this. Life isn't about getting it perfect. It's about getting it done. It's about showing up, giving your best, and being proud of the progress you're making. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. So stop beating yourself up over what didn't go right or what's not perfect yet. Stop letting fear and mistakes keep you from moving forward. The fact that you're trying, that you're learning, that you're growing, that's what matters. Remember, nobody's journey looks perfect from the inside. You're not supposed to have all the answers right now. You're supposed to take what you've got, start where you are, and trust that every step forward is a step in the right direction. Focus on progress, not perfection, and watch how far you'll go. Because when you look back, it won't be the perfect moments that define you. It'll be the progress you made, the lessons you learned, and the strength you gained along the way. Keep moving forward, y'all. The best is yet to come.